This interview is brought to you by APB, Broadcast Asia 2017 and Ideal Systems.
Well, it really depends on the country and what kind of region we're talking about. Of course, they're transitioning at different phases, but generally I'm seeing a gradual transition, and it depends in which area. So the first part where we're seeing quite a lot of progress with distribution is, with IP transition is distribution. So of course, delivery to online platforms and live streaming, which is an area where Ooyala works very, very closely with our customers. We're also seeing in parallel advertising moving very closely, very rapidly towards IP, in the sense that you've got programmatic on digital platforms across devices and across audiences. We think that the next frontier is probably going to be production, IP-based production, different areas there and a lot to consider. But of course, seeing this year at Broadcast Asia, all different companies coming to the IP Interop Lab, this is a topic that is very hot for them right now, considering how to gradually move towards a more IP-based production environment. So it's a steady, it's a transition, and gradually, particularly the most interesting part will be how data and insights can help that transition. Because with IP, you can of course measure your audience a lot better. You get interesting feedback around consumption, which you couldn't get before the IP days. And we are hearing a lot more discussion around cloud environments, around distribution, live streaming, and production and asset management is probably the next level of transition. So what I'd say first is consider where you're going to get the most benefit versus the cost or the pain of implementing IP within your organization. So there may be areas where the benefit in terms of creativity or cost benefits or in terms of refreshing technology are much quicker than doing a big bang approach. Ooyala sponsored a survey with the DPP, the Digital Production Partnership. It's an industry organization based in the UK, but they work worldwide. And interviewing a number of media companies, we looked at where they felt that the quickest benefit of IP transition would come up. And very interestingly, IP distribution was top of the list in terms of the quickest return on investment, followed by live streaming. And then there were benefits on all of the different areas that we looked at. There were 10 different levels of transition, but media, management, and post-production were closely following the top two. Now, what also I would say is look at a phased approach. Consider where you want to start and do it in parallel as well. Continue your current operations non-IP based with that IP transition. And of course, when you do that, you need to look at ways of streamlining your workflows, because you're going to have the same amount of people and resources to double up on your workflows. So do consider using media logistics platforms that are IP ready. Come to talk to Ooyala about this. We do work in that area quite a lot. So as I say, three areas of consideration: a phased approach, where you're getting more return on investment, and look at technology that is IP ready and future proof.
This copyrighted video of the Broadcast IP Interop Lab may not be reproduced or redistributed in any form without the expressed written consent of EdTech International Private Limited.